everybody, welcome back to another episode with Tattered Stitch Embroideries. We've had a lot of questions about how to stitch out our sunglasses cases and our glasses cases, so we've done a little tutorial for you using the Emu, and I just wanted to let you know that all of the steps that this Emu sunglasses case entails actually works for all of the different patterns that we have. So say our little ladybugs case, it's a little bit different in shape, but the steps would be exactly the same to construct the case. So we're going to get started. Okay, so to start this project off, I first want to explain the materials that you're going to need. I have 2 panels of cotton right here, and this is going to be the front of the Emu and then also the back panel for the glasses case. These 2 panels right here are actually my lining, and we'll get to these steps a little bit later on in the project, but you're going to need 2 panels of lining, 2 panels of regular cotton fabric, and then I just have plain old quilting batting right here for making quilts, just 2 panels of batting. So now we're going to start the actual embroidery of the pattern, and we're just going to run our tacked on stitch. Okay, so now that we've done our placement stitch, I've gone ahead and I've put my batting down. Alright, with our tack down complete, I'm going to go ahead and trim away the batting and the fabric. These little pink scissors are really great. They kind of curve up and it allows me to cut really, really close to my stitching. Now we're just going to go ahead and embroider the details of the Emu. Alright, we have finished the Emu, the front panel of the Emu. So what we're going to do now is we're going to lay our first panel of lining down. And the lining actually goes onto the back side of the front panel, so I'm going to flip my hoop over. And I'm just going to take my lining and I'm going to tape it into place. So this is my fabric for my lining. I'm going to tape it down really well. And then we're going to put it back into the machine and we're going to run a tack down stitch for this. Okay, now that we've tacked down our lining to the front portion, back side of our Emu Glasses case, I'm going to just trim away the excess material. Once this part's done, I'm going to put it back in the hoop or in the machine, and I'm going to run my satin stitch for the top portion of the case. Alright, so now I'm going to do my satin stitch, and it's just going to go right along this edge. Okay, now that we've run the satin stitch, we're going to run a placement stitch for the back panel portion of this project. Here's the other part of this process that I think people get a little bit hung up on. We've gone ahead and we've run our tack down stitch for the back panel, and our front panel is completely done. So for the back panel, I'm going to flip this hoop over. I'm going to lay down my lining piece. And if you're using a fabric that had a pattern on it, you would lay it down nice side facing down. But my lining is just a piece of cotton that doesn't have any fabric or any pattern, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. So I'm going to lay my fabric or my lining down, and I'm going to lay my batting on top of that, and then I'm going to place my final layer of fabric nice side face out. So again, if you were sandwiching this up, you would do nice side facing down of whatever pattern you're using, and then your batting, and then your final layer of cotton fabric. And now I'm just going to tape it all into place, and I'm going to run my tack down stitching. Okay, so now we're just going to cut away our excess fabric. And the last step will be to run our final satin stitching. Alright, so we're done with our sweet little Emu Glasses case. The next thing I'm going to do is just pull it out of the hoop. And I used tearaway stabilizer, so it's really easy to just tear it out. So I'm just going to tear away all the excess stabilizer. You might get some white little nubbies all around your edging of the satin stitch, and if you do, I usually use my little pink scissors to trim it all away. And then up here, you're just going to tear this away as well between the satin stitching on both the top and bottom. And there we go, we have a pretty little glasses case. So thanks so much for stopping by today and watching our latest video release.